And I'm admitting everyone, and I'll start right away. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, actually. It's now afternoon. I hope you're all having a fantastic Saturday. I want to welcome everyone to this masterclass with the McCain Duo. And I want to read you a little bit about them. All right, so here's a McCain Duo, known for their fusion of classical, jazz, and gospel programming. The McCain Duo, for Artina and Martin, present concerts with a surprising depth of emotional contrasts. Audience describe their performances as breathtaking, awe-inspiring, and invigorating. Their marriage and musical collaboration create an intimate range of tones, colors, and imaginative storytelling. They are champions of building personal connections with composers to create a larger repertoire. Their award-winning albums, Shades and Trombone Czar, the extended version, feature commissioned works and were each honored with 2 Global Music Awards. The duo has performed through Asia at the Mahidol University in Thailand, University of Toronto, Canada, Radio Television Hong Kong. U.S. highlights include performances at the Gateway Music Festival, the American Trombone Workshop, the Great American Brass Band Festival. Their concerts and recordings have been broadcast on NPR's Performance Today, CKWR Toronto, and KMFA Classical Austin. In addition to their performing careers, the McCain Duo has created online professional development programming for emerging artists. They host a weekly social media video series, Elevate with the McCain Duo, covering topics ranging from personal goal setting to auditions and expanded career options for musicians. They have presented clinics on arts entrepreneurship at Indiana University, Dhaka College, and at numerous performing arts high schools. Welcome, Christina. Welcome, McCain Duo.
Thank you.
Hey, everyone. Wow, what an intro. I was like, who is that? That was amazing. I should go to their YouTube live. They sound awesome. So hi, everyone. We are so excited to be here from Memphis. Yeah. Where we're just in our early afternoon. And Martin and I are going to tell you a little bit about our individual musical journeys. And then we're going to share some music with you. We've heard that this is a musicianship class and that you all haven't quite picked what instrument you want to do yet. So, just for fun. Oh, wow. While we're kind of telling you all about ourselves, if you want to drop what instrument you think you want to play in the chat, that'd be awesome. And then after we show you all the cool things you can do with instruments, you can see if you change your mind, okay? All right. So like I said, my name is Artina McCain. I am actually originally from Dallas, Texas, and I'm a pianist. I'm the pianist of the McCain Duo. And I like to tell the story when I was about 9 or 10 years old, which we probably have some 9 or 10-year-olds in here. I really like singing. I have 2 younger brothers, and I like singing.
I'm 9 years old.
Oh, cool. Molly, you're 9 years old. Awesome. I'm way more than 9 now, but back when I was 9, I really liked singing. My mom didn't like my singing so much, so she put me in piano lessons, and here I am today. So in the meantime, as I would grow up, I would learn how to play the clarinet. Also, I played in band. I sang in the choir, and then I got to go to a performing arts magnet school. Is there any teenagers here in a performing arts magnet school? You can drop that in the chat for me. So when I was at the performing arts magnet school, I was so inspired. I was actually able to talk to the beginning piano students this morning, and I was telling them how so many of my colleagues are like really famous these days. Like I actually went to school with Amanda Seals, who's like a famous comedian right now, and also Aladdin, the most recent Aladdin, pre-pandemic, which seems like a decade ago, but it was really just a year and a half ago. Michael, he was the Aladdin in the Broadway show, and he was also there. So it was a really inspirational environment.
So Aladdin, the movie from Disney Plus?
Yeah! Did you see it?
I've seen it like about 20 times already.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool. So yeah, I mean, I went to school with Aladdin. Isn't that awesome? So yeah, I love it. Thumbs up. So I was in this really inspirational environment, and so it's really inspired me to become a pianist. So I'm a concert pianist. I'm a professor at University of Memphis, and then I also play chamber music with my husband, and I'll let him tell you about himself.
Hey everybody, I'm Martin McCain. I play bass trombone in the McCain Duo, and I started out in music, actually taking piano lessons first. I'm from Memphis, Tennessee, and I was glad I took piano lessons because that really helped shape my music career. I was able to learn how to read music, and trombone players, we normally read bass clef, but because piano, you read treble and bass clef. That really helped me start out with band. And so when I was time to pick a band instrument, and I know some of you were going to be or orchestra instrument, some of you will be picking one. I really wanted to play the saxophone because my friends played saxophone, but there were too many saxophone players in my beginning band class. And so I didn't start out on the trombone. I started out on the baritone. I'm not sure if you know what that is. It's a smaller version of the tuba. And I played that for 1 year, and there wasn't that many trombone players in my opening beginning band class. So I asked my band director if I could switch to the trombone. I really like the trombone because it has this slide, and that's how you make a sound on the trombone. You'll see some videos with me playing the trombone a little bit later, but I thought it was really cool. And so I switched to the trombone after that. In high school, that's where I got really serious about trombone, and I went to different camps like the Interlochen Arts Camp in Michigan and the Brevard Music Center in North Carolina. And I just got to surround myself around other kids my age who were really serious about their instruments. And so that was just a lot of fun, being around like-minded kids who wanted to be great musicians too. And then I went to college at the University of Southern Mississippi, and then went to graduate school at the University of Texas at Austin. And that's how we met. And as far as my music career, I'm the trombone professor at Texas State University. Besides playing with the McCain Duo, I play with a brass ensemble, the Rodney Marsalis Philadelphia Brass Ensemble, and we tour all over the place, and we'll play music from the 1500s all the way to Michael Jackson and Earth, Wind and Fire and jazz music. I do Broadway shows when Broadway's comes back into business, and I play in orchestras and jazz big bands. And so that's one really cool thing for anyone who's interested in trombone. Trombone can play in a lot of different groups. So you can play in salsa bands, jazz bands, Broadway shows. You can play in so many different things.
Whoa, I saw somebody say trombone is so rad. I mean, piano is kind of cool too, don't you think? So we'll take just a brief second just to look and see what instruments you all said you wanted to play. Oh, I see flutes.
I saw a lot of flutes.
Lot of flutes. Lot of flutes.
I think I saw someone say ukulele too.
Whoa, drums, clarinet, piano. Yes. Ukulele. Amali wants to play ukulele. That is super cool. All right. So we are going to put some music for you all. I see a hand. Should we take this question, Alejandra? Not yet. Okay. So we'll wait till the very end to take questions. So maybe jot your question down and then we'll talk about it a little bit later. Okay. So we've got about 6 pieces we want to play. And since you all haven't figured out what instrument you want to do, we wanted to show you, of course, we're McCain Duo, our stuff together. But then Martin's going to do some stuff by himself. I'm going to show you some piano music by myself. I'm also going to show you piano and vocal. So some of you might want to be singers, so you can get to hear that. And then we're going to end with some drums. I saw some people who wanted to play drums. And if you like to dance, that's going to be the perfect piece for you to run around your house and do your thing. Okay. So I'll let Martin start off just by telling you what we're going to play first, and then I'll share the screen and we'll get started.
All right, so it's gangbusters.
Yeah.
Okay, so this first piece was written for bass, trombone, and piano, which is our duo instruments, and it was written by a composer named James Kasich, and a composer, someone who writes music, and he lives in Washington D.C. and works for the United States Army Band. So, the United States has an army. There's military, and there's actually like you can make a living playing band, like playing in the Army band and playing in the Army orchestra, the Army singers. And James writes for all of those ensembles. And he wrote this particular piece, and we like it. It's a nice short piece because it's called Gangbusters, and it sounds very mysterious and spooky up front, and then it has a lot of energy right after that. So we hope you enjoy James Kasich's Gangbusters.
Yay! Yay, here
Thank
we
you.
are. All right. So I hope you all enjoyed that piece, Gangbusters. You know, you're all right, Martin. You
You are
sound pretty
too.
good. Yeah. So we have another piece coming up next, which is based on movies. So I already see some of y'all already know about Aladdin. And so now Martin's going to tell you about Imagination.
So how many of you guys know the movie Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory?
I do. I've seen
I
it
watched it like a million times and I still remember all the songs.
Yes.
Oh.
Awesome.
I saw it before.
I saw
Yay.
it.
It's also on HBO Max.
It's my
I've seen
favorite
it like a million times. And also
I heard about
Whoa.
Awesome.
Okay,
Well,
good.
you're going to really enjoy this next one because this piece, probably my all-time favorite song.
playing the cello. Now we're playing.
Probably my favorite song is Pure Imagination from this movie. And so we had a composer arrange this for us. And what we love about the piece, it's a beautiful ballad, just like Gene Wilder sang in the original movie. But we also had a composer friend who's from California who arranged a nice jazz version too. And so you're going to hear the melody that you probably the way you heard it in the movie, but then it's going to be a nice little jazzy version too, just to show you that you can arrange music that's already been written, and it can be arranged in many different ways. So this is Pure Imagination from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
That was so calming and relaxing.
Yay! Oh, I'm
thank you.
glad. A little nap, right? A little midday nap time from imagination. Great. Well, we're loving reading you all in the chat. You all
Yeah.
are so much fun. This is going to be awesome when we get to Q&A. All right. So what's up next?
All right, so next we're going to do some solo pieces. I'll go up first. I'm going to do a short piece called Rock, and it was written by a bass trombone player in New York City. His name is Alan Raff. And if you dig rock music or funk music, this tune is for you. You can dance to it. And this is just a great piece. I think it sounds good with drums too, for any future drummers in the house. And so we hope you really enjoy this piece. Like, I have fun playing it, and it's really energetic.
All right.
Thank you.
You guys are lighting up the chat. Yay.
Yay. I see some people bobbing their heads too. They like the funk music.
Awesome. Okay, so we got a few more tunes for you. So now we're going to switch over to piano, and I am going to play 4 short tunes for you. First one is going to be called Tumbao, and it's by a Cuban composer, Tanya Leon, and it has the tumbao rhythm in it. Now, I know there's a lot of you here, so keep your mic on mute, but I have an exercise I want you to do, okay? So everybody get your hands or your sticks or something you like to beat on, okay? Everybody got something? You got something? Okay, so I'm going to clap the tumbao rhythm that you're going to hear, and then I want you to clap it back, but on mute, okay? All right, so. I see your hands. Good. Okay, all right. Great job. So I want you all to pay attention to the rhythm that you hear of the tumbao and this piece by Tanya Leon. All right, yay! Tumbao. Okay, somebody says their all-time favorite rhythm. Whoa, it's a lot of pressure. Okay, good. I'm glad that you all love that. I love in the chat. Somebody said I need to practice. Yes, if you practice, you'll get there. So next up is going to be a piece by Shirley Thompson, and Shirley Thompson is a Jamaican British composer. And I just learned about her last year when I was looking for more works by Black female composers. Now, who likes graphic arts? Some hands, or you can put it in the chat. If you like drawing, if you like graphic arts, put it in the chat. Because this piece, I combine graphic arts with the title, A Little Rain. So throughout the piece, I love the reactions. Awesome. Throughout the piece, you will hear and see the raindrops happening. So I hope that you enjoy A Little Rain by Shirley Thompson.
Yay.
It's a little rain. Did you all like the graphics?
Uh-huh.
Oh. Good. And I saw somebody say
I
I like.
Nice rhythm.
Yeah.
Wow.
I really like the music.
Yes.
The rain went with the music.
Mhm.
We did that on purpose. So I'm not a good drawer either. I saw somebody else said I like drawing, but I'm not good at it. Me neither. So I just hire other people who are good at it to put it all together. So we had a great graphic arts designer, Catherine Knowles, who did that project with me. And I also saw somebody say, I'm Jamaican. That's cool. Because Shirley Thompson is a Jamaican British composer. So I'm glad that you enjoyed that. Now we're going to have two more pieces, one by Florence Price. How many of you have heard of Florence Price? She's trending. Yeah. Okay. If not, after this, you will. So this is a piece. I'm like, what piece am I playing by Florence Price? Because I play so many. So this is a piece for baritone and piano. And it's also a very descriptive piece. And you will see this is about a white rose. And it's just like 90 seconds. But I wanted, since some of you were trying to figure out what instrument you wanted to play, for you to see lots of different ways that you can express music. So this is a piece by Florence Price. Here we go. Sorry about that. Okay, so let me share a different screen. This is The White Rose by Florence Price. Oh no, it doesn't want to work. Let me try one more time.
What happened?
I know. Well, that's what I'm thinking to myself too. I hear music, but I don't see any video. So let me try it again.
My name is Arya. And I'm Dominique.
Oh, hey, how are y'all doing? You can talk
Good.
to me while I figure out my video. That's great.
Looks like your internet's down.
You think my internet's down? I'm almost there. Here we go. Okay. So a white rose. You know, Florence Price just doesn't want her music played today. I guess that's what it is. Okay. Okay. Here we go.
Maybe you can try a different internet.
Oh, I got the internet down and here it is. It's
Here it
all
is.
queued up for you all. Sorry about that little technical difficulty.
The red rose whispers of passion, and the white rose breathes of love. The red rose is a falcon, and the white rose is a dove. But I sent you a cream white rosebud, with a flush
The white
of petal tips. For the love that is sweetest has a kiss of desire on the lips.
Yay.
Yeah.
That's such a beautiful piece. Someone wrote in the chat that they thought that I was going to sing. Well, That is why I play the trombone, because you do not want to hear me sing. I am very, very bad singer, but I like to sing through my trombone. And actually, I was just telling Dr. Artina, like, I want to play that piece on trombone. So we can do that. I could take the music that her baritone singer friend sang, and then I could play it on trombone too. And you can do that on any instrument that you want, but especially with that baritone voice, it sounded pretty similar to the range of the trombone. So it works out really, really good.
Yeah. All right. So we got one piece left for you all. And I told you all that I had something for those of you who like playing the drums, right? So this is going to be Pan con Timba by Aldo Lopez Gavilan, who's a Cuban composer. And this was a fun project that I got to do at the beginning of the pandemic.
I have.
You know him?
I said I have gamelan classes.
Oh, very cool. Look at this. We have a little percussionist in our midst. So you're really going to like this piece. This is the one I told you. If you want to get up and dance, you can. Think of all your questions, because when we come back, will be time for Q&A. So here is Pan con Timba by Aldo Lopez Gavilan.
awesome. And you guys weren't in the same room either.
We were not in the same room or state. So that was so much fun playing for you all. I think we have a little maybe surprise treat so we can end with something McCain Duo. And I will let Martin tell you about our final piece.
Yeah, so this piece was written by a pretty popular American composer who definitely benefited from American music, Black American music, and that is George Gershwin. And his piano preludes are pretty big repertoire for piano, but all instruments play his piano preludes. I've seen clarinet players play it, violinists play it. So I had to play it on bass trombone with piano.
Exactly.
And actually, the person who arranged this lives in LA. Ralph Sauer, he used to be the principal trombonist of the LA Philharmonic. And so we hope you guys enjoy the first piano prelude, but done by the McCain Duo. We're just sharing our screen.
Yeah, here we go.
Thank you.
All right. I saw Dominique and Aria. I saw you all over there dancing. That was awesome. If you guys have a favorite piece, we'd love to know that. You can put that in the chat and we'll open it up for Q&A.
Yes, so everyone that is here, please write your questions in the chat. Also, if you're watching this live on YouTube, you can also write your question on the YouTube chat and we'll pass it along.
Oh, awesome. They love the Little Rain.
Yay.
Yeah, very cool. I saw so many hands. Don't be shy. Well, I have a question for you all while you all think of it. Did anybody change their mind on what instrument they want to play? Oh, because I saw some people wanted some trombone to be trombone players.
Yeah. This is a really good question. Someone asked, how long have the two of us been performing? Well, together we have been performing for 11 years, but we've been playing our instruments for a couple of decades now.
Decades, yeah, long time. But together, yeah, we've been playing together almost 10 years. Awesome. Oh, I see so many hands. Oh, I'm so glad you still want to play the piano. Oh, some flute players. Okay, that's okay.
Have we made some bloopers?
Oh, that's a good idea. We've never released the bloopers. We have some bloopers, but they're not released out there.
YouTube.
Somebody says they want the bloopers.
I want all the bloopers.
Where are they? They're like in a secret video log in our basement. So I saw a question that said, what is our favorite piece from today?
That is very hard because we enjoy playing all of our pieces, and that's why we play them. Like, we just love playing music and lots of different types of music. So I don't have a favorite. All of them are my favorites.
Yeah, I like all of them for different reasons. So, oh, now I see Sierra asked, where did we play the music? That's a really good question. Did you notice, Sierra, that my hair and my clothes kept changing? Because I was playing these over a period of time. I like to call this the COVID collection of videos. So we did some of them at the university that I teach at University of Memphis. Then we did some of them at a performing arts institute. And I think, was there any other place in there?
And then a music store like 5 minutes from our house.
Yeah. So anywhere we could get in, you know, during COVID was where we would go. That's a good question. Other question, Alejandra, should we answer the questions of the people with raised hands, or would you prefer them in the chat?
If you can, from the chat is great too, but you can also pick from the gallery view, and a student can ask a question too.
Okay, great. Well, I see Clara, and Clara went their hands up. You want to unmute yourself and ask Clara?
Who's that name? Like when she asked about like our new teacher or something?
You have a new teacher? I love that.
No, the
But
black.
we're not your new teacher though.
That's a black hair girl. Who's her name?
Oh, they cannot see her.
I think she's talking about Alexandra.
Oh, I don't know. There's so many people. I'm not sure. Oh, go ahead.
We have a question in the chat. Someone asked, what other instruments do we play? So I also play tuba too. A really, really, really big brass instrument. That's also a lot of fun to play as well. And Artina, you've played other instruments.
I used to play clarinet a long time ago. So yeah, mostly I just play piano these days. How about Jonathan? You want to ask a question?
It's not a question, but I need to show you something. I have.
Oh my gosh! Woo!
Oh, ukulele.
Tie-dye.
Oh,
I like the colors.
Thank you.
That is awesome.
Man, Jonathan, thank you for showing us that ukulele tie-dye. What about Marilyn? I see you with your hand up. You have a question for us? Not yet. Okay, yeah, we'll do one in the chat.
All right. Someone asked, how long did it take to play this kind of music? Oh, how long does it take you to learn music?
Well, it depends on what it is. So like together, you know, sometimes I will learn a whole new piece or pieces in just a few weeks, but that's only because I said I've been playing for decades. So it doesn't take me a long time, but it just depends on how difficult it is and when the deadline is.
Yeah. So the more that you practice, the faster you can learn how to play music.
Oh, I love it. Somebody said, is this our full-time job? Yes. It's our full-time job.
You can make a living being a musician.
We're both professors. So if you just dropped in, I am a professor at the University of Memphis. I'm also a concert artist and an entrepreneur and chamber musician.
And also I'm a professor. I teach trombone, and I also am a chamber musician. I play with a trombone quartet and I tour with a brass ensemble. And I play in Broadway shows in the orchestra pit. I play with a couple of orchestras in the United States and in Asia. And I play with a couple of jazz bands.
Whoa, somebody's like, how do you do all that? Very carefully.
And
Okay.
practicing a lot.
Time management skills is epic to work and perform music. That's a really great question. I love Texas. Did I say I was from Texas? How do you know I'm from Texas? I am from Texas, but right now we're in Memphis. We live in Memphis, Tennessee. So I see also lots of hand raised. So I will ask somebody from the gallery. How about Camilla? You've been waiting so patiently.
What's it called? A video?
The music video that we showed. Oh, we played so many different videos. We did some McCain Duo videos, and we also did
The little ring.
The last one.
oh, the last one. Oh,
that was George Gershwin's piano preludes, but we did them for bass, trombone, and piano instead.
that was an awesome question. How about Zion? I see you with your hand up. Zion? Not yet. Okay. How about Male? I think this is Molly. Molly, do you want to ask a question?
Yeah. Why didn't Dr. Martin ever change his suit in all the videos? He didn't change his-
Ooh, look at that fashion icon.
Yes, actually, we're not going to go back, but I did have a different suit on every video. It was different.
He likes changing like bow ties too and ties, little subtle things. And you guys couldn't see, but Dr. Martin has a serious sock game. Okay. Amali, you have a question for us? Oh yeah, go ahead, Amali. Oh, I think it froze. Okay, so somebody asked, do we make our own? Oh, I think you're breaking up. Can you put your question in the chat? We'll make sure we answer it. So I think someone asked us, do we write our own music? And I don't write my own music, but I actually do have a children's book coming out with Hal Leonard of 24 African American folk songs. So if you're thinking about playing piano, hint, 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 then you should check out my book, 24 American Folk Songs by Hal Leonard, when it comes out this summer. Good question.
Yeah. And I don't write music, but I do arrange music, and I've arranged music for our duo that we've recorded on some of our CDs too. And I usually have those available on my website.
Yeah, and we'll put those in the chat too. And you guys can find us at our names everywhere. Dr. Martin, you want to pick somebody else with their hand name up?
Where I can. We can go to the chat.
Okay. I think Zion, are you back? You want to ask a question? You have two hands up.
Yes, I have a question. For what's your name again? I'm sorry, came in a little late.
Oh, it's okay. I'm Artina and this is Martin.
Mr. McCain, I have a question. So do you play the saxophone? Because you said you played brass instruments.
Right. Well, actually, that is a really great observation. I wanted to play the saxophone, but there were too many people in my beginning band class. But the saxophone is made out of brass, but it's a part of the woodwind family, because like the way that you actually produce a sound, it has a reed, like a wooden piece, just like a clarinet would have. And so, yeah, a lot of people always think that the saxophone is a part of the brass instrument because of the material, but it's a part of the woodwind family. And the woodwinds are flutes, clarinets, saxophones, bassoons, and oboes. And the brass family is trumpets, trombones, French horns, and tubas and baritones.
Cool. Okay. I just wanted to make sure I didn't have any other questions on another page. Sierra, do you have a question for us?
I actually do. So how do you use like the piano with the fast finger work? Like how long did it take you to do like the fast finger work? How long did it take you to like master that?
Oh, that's an awesome question. Well, I don't want to say it took the complete 2 decades, but it definitely takes a lot of time. So you build your technique up over time. So then, by now I don't have to practice the fast finger work as much because I've already played so many etudes before that I have that skill set. So if you want to do fast finger work, you might want to ask your teacher for some finger etudes to help you build up that strength. That was an awesome question.
Yeah. How about Roberto Gallegos?
Actually, the instruments that I want to play is the flute, drums, piano, guitar, violin, trombone, and the tuba.
Woo!
Oh, wow. That's a lot of instruments. That's amazing.
Awesome, Roberto.
Yeah. I love it.
How about Komiko?
How long does it wait? Do you struggle on the piano while doing a lot of finger work?
Oh, say it one more time.
Do you struggle?
Oh, do I struggle? Well, yes, because you have to write in all the fingerings and you have to practice exercises. But I will say it does get easier with time. Okay. So I didn't struggle as much as you may think. But if you thought I was struggling, I'm glad I made it look hard. But it wasn't as hard as you think. So that's a good question. How about Jonathan?
Alvarado.
I have a question. You had to listen to the music first, then play it?
That's a really good question. So there's some music that we get that no one's ever played before. So we don't know what it sounds like until we practice it. And that is fun because we can make the music our own and not have to worry about how somebody else played it. So the last piece, the Gershwin Preludes, a lot of people, hundreds of people have played the Gershwin Preludes. So I listened to different players to kind of understand like what they were doing. But as a bass trombonist, and not that many of us have played it, I wanted to kind of do it myself too. But usually if there is music that's been played before in there's recordings, we do listen. And that is a big part of our practicing, is listening to music all of the time.
That's an awesome question.
Yeah, really good question.
One more comment. I listened to some pop and some rock and roll and rap. Sometimes I can't do it, but I really like to listen to it.
That's cool. Yep. The more you listen, you might get good at doing it.
Exactly. So the more that you listen to like pop and funk and stuff like that, that helped me be able to play that song Rock, because that was like a funky tune. So yes, you want to listen to all types of music.
Good job. Maybe we have time for one more. Marilyn?
You watch anime?
Do you watch anime? Do you watch anime, Martin?
No, I've never watched anime.
Marilyn, do you have a question? All right. Or Alexander?
I do have a question.
Oh, yes.
My
Go right ahead.
Is, do you guys like classical music?
We do. And even though the music that we presented today kind of had a lot of influences, it probably falls under classical. I don't know why, but actually classical is quite broad and it's influenced by lots of different genres and different rhythms. So all of those composers were classically trained, even though they were using influences from blues and rock and Cuba and Latin America. Isn't that cool how we can all be the same but so different at the same time? So it's really cool how we can fuse that together.
Yeah, like I said before, we were classically trained, but we love all different types of music. So if you want to say like what's some of our favorite music that we like to perform together, is music that is kind of classical but has jazz influence and gospel influence and Latin influence, just like all the music put together.
Awesome. So I see William has his hand up, and then I think we're going to be finished for today. William, you have a question?
cousin actually has 2 instruments.
one the piano and one like the idea one. I don't know.
Whoa, internet is crazy these days, William. I have no idea what you said. But I think you were talking about
Jello.
I don't think I can hear you, William, but if you want to put it in the chat, we'd be happy to catch up with any of your questions. But I'll turn it back over to Alejandra.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone, for being here with us today. Thank you, everyone, for coming to this masterclass with Martina and Martin, the McCain Duo. Thank you so much for being here, showing your art, your music with everyone, and how you make music, answering all these fantastic questions from students. Thank you, everyone, for your time. This is the end of the masterclass. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you in classes next week. Have a fantastic weekend, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.